Before we get started with today's video, you guys don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. Welcome everybody to part 2 of my Red Dead Redemption video. Let's go ahead and get started as we're going to be talking about Red Dead Undead Nightmare. So without further ado, Red Dead was a standalone DLC where you did not have to have the game to play it, and in this part right here, your main objective is to save your family from I don't know what, some kind of virus that's going around, and also to stop zombies and stuff like that. So your basic main goal is to save your family, and on top of that, help folks and survivors along the way. So, yeah, it does get a little hectic from time to time, but in some parts it is pretty funny. But I did enjoy the DLC. I was working on doing the DLC for the PS3 version, but unfortunately my PS3 died before I can do it. But now that I got a PS3 again, I can go back and do it anytime. But anyway, I started my first mission, got my very first trophy. Then I made my way and met some strangers who needed my help. So I helped them out a little bit, protecting them. And then I met up with them and stuff like that, and I think they needed help and everything, so I just went ahead and saved them. And then there was a trophy where you had to kill a Sasquatch, so I did that part, and you just shoot them in the head, and then it's pretty easy from there. Then there are some characters in the DLC that you'll see again, like Bonnie. You'll only see her once, but that's pretty much it. Her father ends up turning into a zombie, so you have to kill him and let Bonnie know what's happened and everything. So that was pretty sad, honestly. And then you just go from there. So after that, I went to go see the sheriff in Armadillo, and unfortunately his deputies were missing, and I eventually tracked them down and found them, but they also were turned into zombies. So yeah, that wasn't a good thing. So I ended up having to eliminate them, and they came running after me, and so I had to end them and stuff. So the good news about the DLC though is, you can go slow at this, but it doesn't take but 6 hours to complete this DLC. So yeah, not that hard, honestly. But then yeah, you have to do like certain stranger missions, like you meet the movie producer again. I had to my objective was to hogtie 2 zombies, bring them back to him, and then unfortunately he met a really sad end. So yeah, my advice to you guys: don't ever mess with a zombie. So yeah, from there, after I got this part done, I was one step closer of getting 100%, and I just started doing all kinds of objectives in order to get there. Next objective I did have to do was I met Wes. He wanted me to do some material searching and stuff like that. So that's what he'll want you to do, is obtain certain, materials. He'll make you some like potions and stuff like that, to where you can drink them and or throw them. So that's a good thing about that. But other than that, his missions don't last that long. There's probably about maybe 5 or 6 of them. Not really hard missions, honestly, but you do travel all over the place and everything, looking for the materials, and yeah, it's actually not that bad. But unfortunately, this was the last time I ever seen him. And then I just made my way to the next area, which was the Pleasance house. So in the game, you do have to save survivors. And stuff, and then bring them back to locations. Like this woman, I had to bring her back to Fort Mercer, and she was one of the survivors. So there are a lot of survivors you have to, save and then bring them back to their allotted location. So there's Fort Mercer, and then there's El Presidio. Just look around for, the survivor missions. Then I met up with Seth. I did a few missions for him. And then came back to a really weird scenario where he was literally dancing with zombies. And so I got the trophy for completing all those missions. And then right afterwards, I just killed zombies, did some of my challenges that were required and everything. So yeah, you do challenges on here too, undead, shooting ones, treasure hunting, all that stuff, just like in the campaign and everything. But other than that, it was actually rather easy. Right when it took me 70 hours to complete the game, it took me an additional 6 hours to complete the DLC. DLC really was pretty fun because there was a lot of funny moments in this DLC, and I did enjoy it a lot. So, the next part, I ended up getting another trophy. Where you have to get 500 kills with either Gatling guns or cannons. And I went to El Presidio for this one because there's a lot of cannons and Gatling guns. I highly suggest cannons and staying in one position. And it will take about 30 minutes for you to get 500 kills. So you can get maybe 6 to 8 enemies a minute, and it will take like 30 minutes for you to, kill the zombies and everything. But other than that, it's really actually the easiest to do because I would suggest doing it in Undead Nightmare. This is one of those miscellaneous trophies from like story mode, but sadly there's not a lot of enemies that pops up like in the areas and stuff, and possibly chances of you'll end up killing an innocent, and, well, usually that's not really good in story. But anyway, I ended up searching for a treasure, and I got that treasure, the undead treasure, and got to rank 4 on that. Then afterwards, I went straight to see Mother Superior, and completed all the missions from there, and ended up getting a trophy after I get on my horse. So yeah, I got that part done. Then the next part, I ended up, making my way to this next area, and it took a few moments to actually get there to this next area because I had to, look for. I had to look for horses in the game. I had to look for, certain like undead animals I had to kill that were legendary. But other than that, I really did have a good time with this. And I made my way all the way to the end of the story, and I ended up saving my family, and they were back to normal again and everything. They were no longer zombies, but they were kind of injured and everything. So I ended up going back home, untying them, and they were no longer zombies. I found a cure for them, and so yeah, there's absolutely no more yeah, no more plague going on and everything. But the next part actually is surprising because the ending part right here, you see you're playing as John. But then all of a sudden, in the credit part, you see John rising from his grave as a dead zombie. And I swear, I gotta admit, that kind of spooked me a little bit. But I ended up getting the trophy for completing the story. And so, yeah, and I also obtained a new outfit as well. Next part, I ended up making my way and I ended up killing a Chupacabra and also completed my last challenge. So I had to put on some moonshine and stuff like that. And I ended up getting 2 trophies from not only killing the Chupacabra, but the doing the last challenge that I needed for 100%. And then right after that, next part I had to do was get the unicorn. The unicorn was actually wasn't the easiest to find, but I'll explain that in just a minute. But this part right here, I ended up killing some zombies with my rifle. I think you have to get some kills with the rifle and everything, but the other thing I also had to do was complete save all towns and everything, so I got the trophy for that. And then this right here was where you had to get a unicorn and everything. And the only way you can find one is if you see a rainbow coming out of his butt or something like that. And then you have to use your lasso and, balance yourself on the horse, and then you'll obtain it. But I gotta say, this horse was actually the fastest one. All the other horses were awesome, but this horse was really fun to ride on until I got the platinum and everything. But yeah, you guys, that's the whole point of this game right here. So the PS4 version, there is no separate trophies. They're all together. So all the trophies that you get in Undead Nightmare will be part of the platinum as well. So yeah, I ended up getting the trophy for getting this unicorn as well. So yeah, that's the easiest part right there. This was actually easy, but you do have to complete many objectives and everything in order to find this horse. There are some things you do have to do as well. Now, this is the second to last part right here. I saved my last 2 survivors that I needed to get 100% and the platinum, and I ended up taking one to Fort Mercer. And then the last one, I ended up bringing back to, I think it was El Presidio. And so before I did that, I had to kill every zombie. That's what you have to do. You have to kill the zombies and clear out the area before you go to the X in front of the door. And that tells you that you have saved the survivor and everything. And then right after I got my last 2 trophies and then the platinum. So there we go, you guys. That's the end of the Red Dead Redemption trophy video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos in the future. And until then, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a good one, everyone.